Welcome to our next topic, optimized purchasing. So today we're going to learn these topics. Manually assign non-assigned purchase requisition to a source. Automatically assign non-assigned purchase requisition to source using collective transactions. Convert purchase requisition into purchase order manually. Convert purchase requisition into purchase order automatically. And finally, we'll see how to create an automatic background job. So before we start, let me tell you what we're going to see here today. So we're going to see here four transactions basically in this topic. So one will be ME56. This transaction we use to assign source of supply to a purchase requisition. So if a purchase requisition doesn't have any source of supply, then we will use this transaction to assign them. And then we'll see ME57. This transaction is used for assign and process purchase requisition. So assign is same like this assign, but the additional thing here is process. So process means you're not only assigning the source of supply to a purchase requisition, also you processing it. Processing means you converting it to a purchase order. So basically what you're doing is you're doing two steps in one transaction. One step is within the same transaction is to assign a source of supply, and the second step is to convert it to a purchase order immediately. Then we'll see another transaction ME58, which is to this is used for converting assigned PDEC to purchase order. And then we'll see another transaction ME59N, which is used to same as above, but the only difference is automatically. So this we can say manually, and this will say automatically. So let us start with the first ME56, and then we'll move on to the other transaction. So we'll start with a business example first. So in your company, some plant guys request material while creating a purchase requisition where they do not maintain vendor or source of supply. So what that means is maybe in your company you're working as a purchase officer or MM consultant, say, and a lot of plant people or maybe the sales guy or maybe other department guys, whoever needs to procure something, they create a purchase requisition. But when they create the purchase requisition, they have no idea who is the right vendor or where we should be getting this procurement from. So in that case, what they do is they create the purchase requisition, but they do not assign it a vendor. So that's first scenario. And then these purchase requisitions are then converted manually. So first what you do is people create these purchase requisition, and as a purchase officer, purchasing officer, what they will do is they will be converting it to a assigning a source of supply to this purchase requisition, the right source of supply, and then these purchase requisitions are then converted manually or automatic by the purchasing department into the purchase order, or maybe the scheduling agreement delivery schedule lines, or request for quotation. So let us assume that the first scenario, that how we can process non-assigned purchase requisition. So again, we'll just think of a scenario. Say I'm the plant guy, I'm the production manager, or I'm the material planner, and what I need to do is I need to procure some material. So what I will do, I will create a purchase requisition, but I have no idea from where I need to procure these goods. So here we'll be using ME56 transaction. So I will first create a purchase requisition. I will go to ME51N, and here say I'll use the material that I used earlier, ABC123. I'll use this material, and I'll say I need maybe 10 quantity, press enter. Client is 1000, and you can see here there is no vendor assigned here. Okay, so I will leave it like that, and I will leave this transaction for the purchasing officer or the purchasing department to assign the right vendor. So I will just save it as it is, but make sure when you do it, this source determination is not checked. If this is checked, system will try to find the source automatically. But in this case, we'll make sure this is unchecked and we'll just save it without any vendor assignment. So if I save it here, so it created the purchase requisition number. You can see at the bottom. I'll click on the message, that number. I'll copy this number and I'll note that down here. So I created this purchase requisition. So what the the purchasing officer will do, they will use this transaction to assign a source of supply. So if I go to this transaction ME56, or you can use the menu path here, you can go to the menu path logistics, material management, and purchasing, then purchase requisition, and follow-on function ME56 assign. So double click on it, and here you can filter. So here you have a lot of ways to search for the existing non-assigned purchase requisition. If I execute for everything, it will show you everything which is there in the database. But in my case, I'll go back. I can either enter my purchase requisition number, execute, it will give you that purchase requisition number, or you can inside you can say your material number. So if I enter my material number that I used earlier, ABC123, and I can search for all the purchase requisition linked to this material number which are not assigned. So here it's showing you 1, 2, 3 purchase requisition here that require a source of supply. So my requisition was this 6233, that one. So here again you have different ways to assign it. So if I select this one, if I want to assign it to this one, I can select this one. I can select all of them, or I can process one by one. So let me select only one here, and here I have different ways to assign. Like I can assign automatically, I can assign manually. So what that means is, if I select this one, if I click on assign manually means I need to find the vendor manually. For example, I can search for fixed vendor, the vendor that you want to assign. So I can say search for the vendor study star. So I'll pick one vendor here, say this one. So I can assign this vendor here, or I can remove this one, or I can search for an info record, PIR record, or I can search for a scheduling agreement. So in this case, say I want to search for PIR record, that should be there in the system already. If I click on this search button, and here you can search by, you can see the tabs on the top, search by vendor, search by material, or you can click on the corner here, you can see all the options. Just make sure you select the material option, info record per material, and here my material is ABC123. So I want to search for any existing PIR record. I can search for this one, and it's showing me that this material is set up with this vendor, that 4 different vendors. So I can select this first vendor, say for example, that PIR record, and I can say click on assign source of supply. It's asking for a purchase requisition. I will enter the purchase requisition here, and I will click on assign source of supply. It's just a message there's a scheduling agreement, just say okay, and you can see here it assigned a source of supply here at the bottom. So that is one way to do it. Okay, so other way to do it is if you want to cancel this assignment here, you can select this one again, and you can click on this button, cancel assignment. It will cancel the assignment. So other way to do is to click on the assign automatically. What that is, if you click on assign automatically here, system will show you all the PIR record and the scheduling agreement that